Solar eclipse. A solar eclipse is a natural phenomenon that occurs when the moon passes between the sun and the earth, blocking the light of the sun and casting a shadow on the earth's surface. Solar eclipses have been observed and documented throughout human history, and they continue to fascinate and intrigue people around the world. A total or partial solar eclipse occurs approximately every 6 months, during the eclipse season in its new moon phase, when the moon's orbital plane is closest to the plane of the Earth's orbit. In a total eclipse, the disk of the sun is fully obscured by the moon. In partial and annular eclipses, only part of the sun is obscured. Unlike a lunar eclipse, which may be viewed from anywhere on the night side of Earth, a solar eclipse can only be viewed from a relatively small area of the world. As such, although total solar eclipses occur somewhere on Earth every 18 months on average, they recur at any given place only once every 360 to 410 years. If the moon were in a perfectly circular orbit and in the same orbital plane as Earth, there would be total solar eclipses once a month, at every new moon. Instead, because the moon's orbit is tilted at about 5 degrees to Earth's orbit, its shadow usually misses Earth. Solar and lunar eclipses therefore happen only during eclipse seasons, resulting in at least 2 and up to 5 solar eclipses each year, no more than 2 of which can be total. 3, 4 total eclipses are more rare because they require a more precise alignment between the centers of the sun and moon, and because the moon's apparent size in the sky is sometimes too small to fully cover the sun. Types. There are 4 types of solar eclipses. A total eclipse occurs when the dark silhouette of the moon completely obscures the intensely bright light of the sun, allowing the much fainter solar corona to be visible. During any one eclipse, totality occurs at best only in a narrow track on the surface of Earth. 7. This narrow track is called the path of totality. 8. An annular eclipse occurs when the sun and moon are exactly in line with the Earth, but the apparent size of the moon is smaller than that of the sun. Hence the sun appears as a very bright ring, or annulus, surrounding the dark disk of the moon. 9. A hybrid eclipse, also called annular total eclipse, shifts between a total and annular eclipse. At certain points on the surface of Earth, it appears as a total eclipse, whereas at other points it appears as annular. Hybrid eclipses are comparatively rare. 9. A partial eclipse occurs when the sun and moon are not exactly in line with the Earth and the moon only partially obscures the sun. This phenomenon can usually be seen from a large part of the Earth outside of the track of an annular or total eclipse. However, some eclipses can be seen only as a partial eclipse. Because the umbra passes above the Earth's polar regions and never intersects the Earth's surface, 9 partial eclipses are virtually unnoticeable in terms of the sun's brightness, as it takes well over 90% coverage to notice any darkening at all. Even at 99%, it would be no darker than civil twilight. 10. Comparison of minimum and maximum apparent sizes of the sun and moon, and planets. An annular eclipse can occur when the sun has a larger apparent size than the moon, whereas a total eclipse can occur when the moon has a larger apparent size. The sun's distance from Earth is about 400 times the moon's distance, and the sun's diameter is about 400 times the moon's diameter. Because these ratios are approximately the same, the sun and the moon as seen from Earth appear to be approximately the same size, about 0.5 degree of arc in angular measure. Here are some interesting facts about solar eclipses. Solar eclipses occur when the moon passes between the sun and the Earth. The alignment must be precise for the moon to completely block the sun, and this only happens in a small area on the Earth's surface. There are several types of solar eclipses. A total solar eclipse occurs when the moon completely blocks the sun, while a partial solar eclipse occurs when only a portion of the sun is blocked. There is also an annular solar eclipse, which occurs when the moon is farther away from the Earth and appears smaller, causing a ring of fire effect. Solar eclipses have been observed throughout history. The ancient Greeks and Chinese recorded observations of solar eclipses over 2,000 years ago. Solar eclipses can only be seen from certain areas on Earth. Since the moon's shadow is relatively small, only people in a specific location on Earth can see a total solar eclipse. However, a partial solar eclipse can be seen from a wider area. Solar eclipses have scientific importance. Scientists can use solar eclipses to study the sun's corona, which is the outermost layer of the sun's atmosphere. The corona is usually invisible because it is overwhelmed by the bright light of the sun, but during a total solar eclipse, it can be observed. Solar eclipses have cultural significance. Many cultures around the world have stories and traditions associated with solar eclipses, ranging from tales of dragons eating the sun to beliefs that eclipses are omens of good or bad fortune. Solar eclipses are rare events. While solar eclipses occur every year, they can only be seen from specific locations on Earth, making them relatively rare events. solar eclipses continue to be a source of wonder and fascination for people around the world. Whether for scientific, cultural, or personal reasons, people continue to be drawn to the mystery and spectacle of these rare and awe-inspiring events. The moon's orbit around the Earth is not a perfect circle, which means that the distance between the Earth and moon can vary. This can affect the appearance of a total solar eclipse, with some eclipses appearing larger or smaller depending on the moon's distance from Earth. A solar eclipse can last for several hours, but the total phase, when the sun is completely blocked by the moon, usually lasts only a few minutes. The path of a solar eclipse can be predicted with great accuracy using mathematical models and astronomical data. This allows scientists and astronomers to plan for observations and studies of the eclipse. The last total solar eclipse visible from the United States occurred on August 21, 2017. The next one is predicted to occur on April 8, 2024, and will be visible from parts of Mexico, the United States, and Canada. The ancient Greeks believed that a solar eclipse was a sign of the gods' anger, and they would try to scare away the evil spirits that they believed caused the eclipse by making loud noises and banging pots and pans. In Hindu mythology, a solar eclipse is believed to occur when the demon Rahu tries to swallow the sun. It is said that during an eclipse, people should avoid eating or drinking anything, as it is believed that the food and water will be contaminated by the negative energy of the eclipse. The term eclipse comes from the Greek word eclipses, which means abandonment or forsaking. This reflects the ancient belief that during an eclipse, the sun or moon was being abandoned by the gods or spirits. Solar eclipses are fascinating events that have captured the imaginations of people throughout history. As scientific understanding and technology continue to advance, our knowledge and appreciation of these natural wonders will only continue to grow.